Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Life with Ari Nicole. And today we're gonna be talking about letting go and letting God. Okay? So without further ado, let's get to the video. So has someone ever hurt you and you knew you didn't deserve how they treated you? How did that make you feel when you took in the treatment that they gave towards you? Let me know in the comments. Because personally, me, I felt like, well, damn, you don't care about me? That's how you feel about me? That is crazy. But okay, I see how we moving, right? Like, that's how I feel about that question in my eyes. So let's get started. So I can remember the times that I gave the best version of myself to people and they treated me wrong. They disrespected me. They pretended like I disrespected them. But that was never ever the case, because if you know me outside of YouTube, you know me in real life. Like, you've seen me in real life or even text me. You know I'm a real, genuine, kind person. And I don't disrespect people just for fun, right? And I'm not that kind of person that's going to go like, with you, I'm not going to disrespect you, call you out your name. I'm not going to do the absolute most, because that's not who I am as a person, right? And I stay with my character as a person, right? But since I have good character, I show empathy and kindness to everyone until I get that reason to just be simply cordial with the person. Mind you, how I didn't say rude. A lot of people will come up here and say they get rude with people after they feel like they don't deserve to be kind towards that person. Like, listen, I don't really be getting rude with people. I just be cordial and be direct up with you about how you act. And that's okay. But you gotta know when to let go of those people. If you just gotta be cordial with them after a certain point. Like, you shouldn't tolerate disrespect from nobody in this day and age. You know how much eggs cost? And you know how much it costs to raise a child these days? You know how much the economy is just in general? Yeah. Not gonna lie, in this day and age, it don't make no sense to be sitting around letting somebody disrespect you, hurt you, harm you. Nah, let them go. Once they show you how they are the first attempt, the first time they try to show you, believe them, because that's them showing you how they are. Even if they apologize, if that's how they are and you don't like that, mention it, but also make your way to disappearing out of the picture. All right. So my next point is never push yourself past your limit of what you can handle. That's the word. This goes for life too. Like, unless you're trying to challenge yourself, like in a healthy manner, like at the gym, I may push myself. Oh, we're supposed to do 3 sets of kickbacks. Let's say 10 reps, right? I finish my 3 sets and I feel like, oh, you can push through some more. Yeah, give me 2 more sets of 10 kickbacks. That's what I say, challenge yourself, right? But this is when I can say that's fine to push past your limit of what you can handle. But that's only when you know you can handle it, right? If you know the person is irritating you to an extreme, you should tell them about it within the next 24 to 48 hours, if possible, so it can be addressed accordingly. Being silent about an issue does nothing for you, except literally nothing. Like, literally nothing. Like, it doesn't hold any purpose towards you if you keep quiet about things. For example, how would the doctor know you're sick if you don't say anything to the doctor about your issues? Especially if it's a silent disease. How is your doctor gonna know that your foot is hurting? How is your doctor gonna know you have a migraine? It won't be taken serious until you open your mouth and say something about it. This day and age, a lot of people go silent about issues. You can't go silent about issues. If it's irritating you to a point where you cannot stand it or it will actually harm you, you need to speak up. Find help if necessary. And that goes into many other situations as well that happen in real life in this day and age. And as a society, we need to start waking up and encouraging, especially as women, we need to start encouraging speaking up about issues. Because being silent, you'll regret it in the end. You'll regret it because it'll hurt you more than it'll hurt the other person. So once you speak up about the issue, if nothing is done and the person is literally showing you who they are and they clearly have poor character, and then it's time for you to let go. This is when that part of the title comes in, letting go and letting God. People are going to make mistakes. Nobody on this earth is human. But if you continue to make the same mistakes after someone has addressed to you that they don't like, that you keep making the same mistake, or that mistake is going to get you messed up, it proves who you are. And it also proves what you care about. And at my old job, I used to work in retail. You had about 3 times to get written up, right? And then you get fired. They didn't care if it was a repeat issue or not. If you was late this many times, you got written up. If you was late this many times again, get written up. And the same procedure over and over and over and over. Once you get that 3rd strike, basically they call you into their office and they fire you on the spot. Never happened to me, but it's happened to some of my coworkers. Let's just say I felt sorry for them. But if someone doesn't respond to your complaints or refuses to change how they act around you, that's enough evidence that they don't need to be in your presence. Because if you get written up at work, that means you need something. You need to improve on something because you're not doing something right. Obviously, if they're writing you up, I think that means you need to go check in with yourself and ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Why are they writing me up? What's up? Talk to a manager about it, you know? And the world will continue on regardless of what you decide to do. It's not your responsibility to get revenge on that person. Okay? If they're not listening to you or they keep making the same mistakes that are hurting you. Fighting back is only going to cause you more pain than the other person, because now your healing process is going to take a lot more longer. Because not only do you have to heal from what they gave you, the pain and the anger and despair and anything else that came with it, you also have to deal with the reality of you trying to fight back and combat them in a way that wasn't healthy. Think about it. So lastly, if that person that disrespected you, if they knew you were a good person and they actually knew you as a good person, because some people, they will try to claim they're a good person, yada, 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 but they lack all the values of being a good person. Yeah, that's not a good person. But if that person still dismissed you the way they dismissed you, despite knowing that you are a good person, they will realize eventually, as they look for someone to replace you, that there was, for one, nobody like you. And then 2, you were a very diverse and unique character in their life. And they'll realize that you were really good to them. And basically, they fumbled you, as this generation would say. And it's going to get difficult for them. And they may even run back to you at some point. Ladies, if you know about it, you know about it. I'm not about to get into that topic today, but you know. They always run back. But in that meantime, you need to be praying. This is why I say letting God in. You got to let God in at some point. You need to be praying for your healing. You need to be praying for someone better to come along. You need to be praying for someone who matches your worth or values your worth properly. And also, you need to be praying for the person you had to be let go from. Because just like I mentioned, they're going to be facing trials and they're going to be facing tribulations after you leave. You need to be praying that they get the healing that they need. They get whatever they need from God. Because y'all, let me just say, it's okay to pray for yourself, but it's also okay to pray for your enemies. That don't mean you got to be buddy-buddy with them. But it's nice sometimes to pray for them. It don't hurt you. And it definitely won't make you seem like a bad person at all or a goody two-shoes. It just proves you trying to be a good Samaritan, a good Christian. And that's good. Don't be afraid to pray for your enemies or those who done did you wrong. Because I guarantee you they're going to need it. They're going to need every touch of God that they can get. May even send them to the altar, because they're going to need it. But let me just say that praying is where you got to get right with God at. Because when you let go of that person, it's going to hurt. You're going to cry for some days or a couple hours. It depends. But you're going to feel it. And that's normal. That's totally normal. But we have to be ready to move on. We have to be ready to let God into our lives and understand that it's time to dismiss ourselves from things that don't favor us anymore. You need to start sitting with things that favor you, favor God, favor what you want in your life. Because let me tell you, bad company ruins good character. And if you know where it's at in the Bible, you already know. But bad company ruins good character. But without further ado, I'm going to let y'all go from this video. Because this is a quick video. And it's about just letting go and letting God. Because I'm in this chapter of my life where, like, I had to let go of a lot of things. I had to let go of a lot of friends. I had to let go of a relationship. I had to let go of a situationship that couldn't serve me at the moment. It may serve me in the future, but it couldn't serve me at the moment. And letting go of all those things hurt. But I'm in a new chapter of my life where those things weren't favoring me anymore. And they weren't going to do anything for me besides diminish me or maybe slow me down from where I need to be at. We don't want to be slowed down. We want to be up with the pace or faster. Because in this generation, day and age, we got to keep up. And I'm already praying for more blessings to come through my way, right? So I thank y'all for watching this video, and I hope it helps somebody, okay? So I want to leave y'all with a Bible verse. So this is from Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. I'm reading from the New Living Translation. So that's what I read. I don't know what y'all read, but that's what I read because it's very simple. So it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. Thank y'all, and y'all have a blessed day.